My name is Harry M. Thomas III. My last rank was GMG2. Anyhow, after the SEER training, they flew some of our guys to the Philippines to prep a boat for combat. When we got to the Philippines, there weren't any boats. So we had 3 weeks over in the Longapo with an open gangway until the boats arrived. Our crew prepped the boat for combat, and we gave it to the Filipino government. So they flew us to Saigon. I mean, it was like 2 to 3 weeks in Saigon with no boats, nothing to do, just hang out. Then they flew us to Da Nang for a week, and then down to Cameron. And there was nothing in Cameron except sand when we got there. And they put us on an APL until the boats arrived. And off in LSD, I believe it was. And then when the boats arrived, you know, we could start patrolling. We spent about a month on the APLs, and then we were moved to tents. And after a couple months in the tents, or not, maybe about a month in the tents, then they built barracks. And we had hot and cold water, we had urinals to flush, we had commodes to flush. These were unheard of. I mean, it was like you didn't have this stuff. Plus we had a nice barracks. And we were patrolling 3 crews to 2 boats. 24 out, 24 in. You prep your boat, you went back out for 2 weeks, and then they would switch the crew, and then you had a week off. One of the best times, or one of the unusual times I remember, there was a reefer up in Nha Trang Harbor that caught fire. And they were carrying beer. So they couldn't sell the beer because they didn't know if it was flat. So they put it on a barge. And one of our boat captains spoke to the harbor master and said, "What are you going to do with the beer?" He said, "Deep six it." He said, "When?" He says, 3 days. He said, "Can we have 3 days to take some beer?" He says, "You got 3 days to take all the beer you can get." So any boat that was north of the Trang would come down and load up with all the beer they could do. I mean, we walked from the aft deck straight through to the pilot house without going down the 3 steps. That was just like right through. Now we had all this beer. What are you going to do with it? Well, we took it to the barracks. And then we moved the racks down, we put up a wall, and we put a bar at the end of each barracks. So if you wanted a cold beer, you went to the Swiftboat barracks and then go to the club, because the club on the beach had warm beer. So we did that. You know, we used to run down the mine sweeps, you know, for ice cream. We'd give them sob stories. And then we would get ice cream and so forth, and they didn't know that we had steaks and lobster and stuff on the boat that we would cook up for our own meals. I do remember during the monsoon, a sweep pulled into Cameron, and we were down cleaning our boats and working on them. And the captain of the sweep asked, where does Mickey get a cold beer? Well, one of the Swifties said, "Send him up over the hill and go to the barracks. Don't go to the club. Go to the barracks, because they have cold beer. And get your men back before dark, because the lookouts are trigger happy." Well, once they found out we had a bar at the end of the barracks, you couldn't find a sweep for nothing. They see us coming, they take off. They figure we were living the good life. So, yeah, that's about it. I loved it.